The film opens with Alvar, her sister Alma, and their widowed mother Rebecca traveling toward their new residence in a French suburb. Upon arrival, they're greeted by a man named Otto and his stunning daughter, Agnes, who warmly welcomes them. Within minutes, Rebecca and Otto are wed. Agnes takes Alva on a house tour and introduces her to Isj, the stable boy in charge of the horses. Later, in her bedroom, Agnes proudly displays her valuable jewelry and fine dresses. Overjoyed, Alva expresses her happiness that her mother finally married a wealthy man, allowing them to live in luxury. From her window, Alva gazes longingly at the nearby castle, dreaming of one day becoming the Princess of Swindleland, a fantasy inspired by a book she carries filled with poetry from the kingdom's prince. That evening, as the family celebrates, Otto suddenly flings a piece of cake at Alvar's face. While the others nervously laugh it off, the mood shifts when Otto clutches his chest, coughs blood, and drops dead from a heart attack. The next morning, Alvar brings coffee to Agnes and attempts to comfort her by sharing how her family coped after her own father's death. Instead, Agnes lashes out, accusing her of having no class and insisting that Otto only married Rebecca for her wealth. Shocked, Alvar runs to her mother to reveal that the Otto family is broke. They soon realize Otto's relatives had taken everything, leaving them with just a handful of coins. Devastated, Rebecca breaks down, knowing she's too old, with 2 daughters, to attract another rich suitor. Alvar vows to marry the prince, but Rebecca cruelly tells her to look in the mirror, claiming she's too unattractive to ever become a princess. The next morning, news arrives from the castle. The king and Prince Julian are hosting a ball, inviting all noble-born maidens. Alvar rushes to hear the messenger. With the invitation in hand, she begins to fantasize about her future with the prince. Eager to prepare, Rebecca hires a doctor to remove Alvar's braces, reshape her nose, and enhance her looks for the event. Rebecca agrees to pay extra for the full makeover. She selects a new nose design, and the doctor starts by pulling the braces, without anesthesia. Next, he uses a hammer and chisel to carve her nose, causing Alvar to scream while Rebecca watches proudly and Alma looks horrified. At the finishing school, several girls have gathered for lessons on royal etiquette to charm the prince. Alvar, her head strapped with cords to support her healing nose, sits alone. Madame Sophie soon arrives to announce that she and a colleague will oversee the selection process. The top performers will be chosen to attend the royal ball, where not only the prince but wealthy bachelors from across the land will be present. Their first lesson is learning the princess-style waltz. The instructor notices Alvar's appearance and immediately sends her to the back, appointing Agnes to take her place. At dinner, Alvar is served only lemon slices while the others, including Agnes, enjoy gourmet meals. Agnes informs Rebecca that she's picked a burial date for her father, but Rebecca dismisses it, claiming they must wait until after Alvar marries the prince. Enraged, Agnes argues that they're spending lavishly on Alvar's beauty treatments while her father decomposes in the house. Storming off, Agnes goes to mourn beside her father's decaying body. Days pass with more intensive training, including posture drills and royal greetings. Eventually, a list is posted of those who advanced. The girls crowd around to find their names. Alvar is stunned to discover that her name has replaced another, clearly the result of her mother's bribe. She smiles, already picturing herself beside the prince. In the next session, the instructor demonstrates a dance and asks for volunteers. Alvar raises her hand and is chosen, but after a few steps, the instructor halts the music and scolds her, calling her talentless and unworthy, suggesting she only made it this far because of her mother's money. She then invites Agnes and 2 other girls to demonstrate, leaving Alvar sobbing alone. That night, Alvar tries on Agnes' gowns, but they don't fit due to her size. The next morning, Alvar confides in Madame Sophie, saying she feels too ugly and overweight for the prince to even notice her. Sophie reassures her and offers a solution. She later rides into the woods with Alma, showing her a gift from Madame Sophie, a tapeworm pill to slim her down and make her irresistible. She plans to take an antidote later to remove it and begs Alma to keep her secret. Appalled, Alma rides away, ignoring Alvar's pleas. That evening, Alvar swallows the tapeworm pill. Later, she hears noises from the barn and investigates, only to find Agnes and the stable boy in an intimate moment. The next morning, Rebecca drags Agnes from her room, furious about her actions. Stripping her of her necklace, she declares Agnes a servant and tells her she's lucky not to be kicked out. Eyes is thrown out, completely nude. 3 months pass. Alvar now has a perfect nose, a slim figure, and stunning beauty thanks to the parasite. She watches as Agnes, now a housemaid, milks cows. Next, Alvar undergoes a painful eyelash implant procedure, forced to keep her eyes open as the doctor works. She screams in agony while her mother smiles, convinced it will all be worth it. That night, unable to sleep due to the pain and her bandaged eyes, Alvar stumbles through the barn in search of food to satisfy the tapeworm. Terrified by surrounding sounds, she hides, until Agnes appears and, despite everything, offers her food in pity. The next day, during training, the instructor finally acknowledges Alvar's beauty and selects her to lead a new routine. At home, she binges on food while Agnes helps her with everything, even reading her favorite romantic poems. While brushing her hair, Alvar is horrified to discover it's falling out. She hides in shame. Meanwhile, a tailor arrives to deliver a magnificent gown. When he notices her thinning hair, her mother quickly covers her head with a wig. That night, Alvar gorges on food. Meanwhile, Agnes admires a hidden dress, planning to attend the ball. Jealous, Alvar discovers her secret and destroys the gown in a fit of rage. Rebecca intervenes, calming her daughter and promising that Agnes won't make it to the ball without a dress. She gives Alvar a sleeping potion to help her rest. In another room, Agnes sobs over her father's body until a radiant light appears, the spirit of her mother, who gifts her a magical shoe and dress for the ball. At the castle, maidens parade before the prince, dancing and showing off as their qualities are read aloud. When Alvar takes her turn, her beauty stuns the crowd. Men line up to dance with her, including the prince's close friend. But just as she dances with the prince, Agnes arrives, stealing everyone's attention. The prince immediately abandons Alvar to dance with her. Alvar is crushed. She flees, vomiting in pain, only to realize it's tapeworm eggs. Her mother tries to console her, insisting she still has admirers. Meanwhile, Agnes dances through the night as Alvar watches her drunken mother flirt with strangers. Eventually, the prince announces he'll marry whoever fits the mysterious shoe left behind. Back home, filled with rage, Alvar grabs a knife and demands the shoe from Agnes. A struggle ensues, and Agnes escapes upstairs. Rebecca, hearing the ruckus, tells Alvar to stop the theatrics and sleep, it's over. Desperate, Alvar tries the shoe, but it won't fit. So she takes a knife and chops off her toes to squeeze into it. Agnes and the maid burst in as she screams in agony. Fainting from blood loss, Rebecca picks up the knife and severs the remaining toes. In a delirious dream, Alvar imagines the shoe fitting perfectly. But upon waking, she sees both feet are toe-less. Outside, the royal messenger announces the prince's arrival. Unable to walk, Alvar drags herself downstairs, watching Agnes step out beautifully dressed. The messenger confirms the shoe fits, Agnes is the prince's bride. Alvar collapses in despair. The maid helps her drink the antidote. Moments later, she vomits blood as the massive tapeworm exits her mouth. The girl pulls out meters of the worm and slices it in half. Later, the maid sneaks into Rebecca's room to steal some gold, but finds her mother distracted, romantically engaged with a younger man. In the final scene, the maid helps Alvar onto a horse. With nothing left behind, the two ride off, hoping for a new beginning across the border. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want more, don't forget to like and subscribe.